or are capable of sustaining growth and development of land plants, then at that juncture, we said the plants, so the soil is in good health. That means the physical conditions, the chemical conditions, and biological conditions are not altered. They are not altered at all, and they can sustain the growth and development of plants, which all of us depends on for our food. That is beautiful. I love those beautiful contributions. So, what are the functions of soil we discussed yesterday? We're able to mention some functions of the soil. What are those functions? Can anybody tell us any function of the soil that he or she knows? Yes, more
Regulate
participants are joining. I love this. Now we have about 70 participants.
regulate water.
No, please. Excuse me. For orderliness, because if everybody is speaking, we cannot hear very well. That's why when you raise your hand, I give you order to speak so that they will not be echoing in the classroom. So just raise your hand. I will see you, and then I will give you order to speak. So you unmute your mic and speak. But if everybody unmute his or her mic, it will echo in the class, and they can't hear you very well. I'll always try my best to see that everybody is giving audience to speak whenever the person is invitation is made known in the class. Good. Okay, Udele, Francis. Yes. Please, I did not permit this. What's this person's name? Demonovo. Please, Demonovo, mute your mic. Thank you. So, Francis, your hand is up. You are permitted to talk now. Francis, run away again. Please, you are doing revision, which is very vital for the class. We, as a seasoned educator, we normally evaluate what we learn with taught students before we continue on a new page, so that the flow of information. Good. Udele, Francis, can you tell us any function of the soil you know?
Yes, it regulates water.
Just give us one. Just give us one.
Okay, it regulates water. It helps to control the rain and also irrigation, and water dissolves solids.
That is beautiful. So, Francis said that the soil helps to regulate the movement of water, where water will go, and then they dissolve solids. There's what we call solids. Solids are solid particles. And so when they are in water, they dissolve, and because the water serves as a solvent. So when they dissolve, they move in through the water, exposed in soil. So that's what Francis just said. Okay, Simon Nkoho, over to you.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, Simon.
Yes, they help to filter potential pollutants.
Beautiful. That there are pollutants. Now, before I go explain that deep, what's a pollutant? It's a general question. I want you to understand every bit of this course, line by line, word by word. So, what is a pollutant?
So, pollutant is any substance that tends to contaminate the original nature of the material.
Seems to contaminate the original nature of the content. Well, please, can you speak like a scientist? It's the we science we have allowed us talking, right?
Okay, as I'm saying, is any material that alters in the original nature of the substance. For example,
I don't go with that definition. Can any other person try? Okay, Philip.
Yes.
Philip, tell you, man. Please. Simon, mute your mic so that Philip can talk.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Philip.
Good
thank
morning,
you.
Sir.
Yes, Philip, we're hearing you.
Soil help in water management. That is, the soil regulate and filter and store water, which reduces the risk of flood and ensure water quality.
Are you on the same page with us at all, Philip? We are
Yes,
asking
sir.
what is pollutant.
Okay, sorry. I thought we were asking one of the function of the soil. Sorry.
We are paused for that now. We are asking what is pollutant. What's a pollutant? Because some of us don't know what pollutants are. So as scientists, you should speak science. So what's a pollutant?
Pollutant is any substance that can harm environment.
That can harm environment.
Yes.
Okay. But I want you to speak like scientists, you know. Okay, Francis. Francis' hand is up. But then can you mute your mic so that Francis can talk? Yes, Francis.
Okay. Pollutants, they are substances that contaminate the environment, that is harming living organisms and the ecosystem.
No, that was the definition Philip gave earlier. Now I wasn't comfortable with that definition because you talk about contamination. So okay, now the two of you are using the word contaminate. So what is contamination? Because listen, the whole class, I want all of you to be on the same page. You cannot use a complex term to define another complex term. Is that understood? Hello? Hello?
Yes, but with you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So please, when you are trying to explain a concept, try to use verbs, try to use words that can really break down and bring out the meaning of what you want to explain. Because the essence of communication is you assume that the person you are talking to don't know anything, is a novice. So if I use a complex term, the person will get more confused. So you're talking that pollutants are substances that contaminate the environment. So now the person may not know what the meaning of contamination. Are we on the same page now?
Okay.
So, okay, I see different hands up. Okay, let me give Blessing Peter audience to speak. Blessing, over to you. Blessing.
Yes, sir.
Blessing, can you unmute your mic and speak? Blessing, can you hear us? Okay. It's as if he want to speak, but we can't hear him here.
I hear you from here, sir.
No, okay, Blessing, your hand is up, so I'll give you audience to speak. Okay, Idris, can you define what the pollutant is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Otman.
Can you hear me, sir? All right.
Yes, I can hear you.
A pollutant is a substance or energy introduced into the environment that has harmful or unwanted effect on living organisms or ecosystems.
Okay, I think that definition is better, right? All of you are saying with me that
Yes,
definition is better because if you want to explain that thing to a woman that says okra in Wuruku market, the person will understand what you are talking about, right? Yes,
sir.
So to save our time, let us give the last speaker, Nenda Stephen. Yes, Nenda. What's your opinion? What's your definition of pollutants? Nenda, I don't. But I just saw his hand up now. Okay.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning,
Good morning,
Neda.
sir.
Yes, good morning.
Sorry, I When you talk about pollutants, you talk about substances that when you introduce into another substance will cause undesired effects.
Good. Okay, now,
Wait,
yes, thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. I'm so much impressed. Now, let me ask out this question before I conclude on this issue of pollutants. I want to give a background that waste products are produced and they must be discharged into the environment. You can't stop it. It's a constant. Now, if you pour what do you call it? You wash your clothes. Then the detergents you use in washing your clothes, you pour them into a stream. Is that a pollutant?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's a
It's a pollutant.
pollutant. Yes.
Water
Okay. Okay. I love that reasoning. Now, when we talk about pollutants, listen to me very well. When we talk about pollutants, we refer to that substance that when discharged in the ecosystem or environment in an amount, please, I want all of you to underline that word, in an amount or quantity that can cause harm, then that substance is referred to as a pollutant. Okay? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, let
We can
me
hear you. We can hear
let me
you.
take that again very well. Yes. See, what we are saying is this, that is how you measure, because going forward, you understand this cost better. What we are saying is this, that if you have a factory that is producing waste products, there's an amount that is acceptable in the world, in the ecosystem.
Yes.
So you cannot stop it totally. So once that quantity or that substance is above the accepted limit, then they say, oh, no. This is what? A pollutant. There is now what? Pollution. But if that substance is kept below the acceptable limit, then there's no pollution. So for the mere presence of that substance in the environment, it has not caused pollution. So unless it's at what? It has caused pollution, that substance is not yet what? A pollutant. I want you to understand this very well. Until the substance is in the quantity or an amount that can cause what? Harm.
Yes.
Okay? Then we will not say that substance is what? A pollutant. So I want us to be on the same page. So still on revision, yesterday we also talked about forming of soil. That soil can also assist in cycling of nutrients. And we say that we have different different cycles for all the nutrients. We have cycle for water, we have cycle for nitrogen, we have cycle for carbon, we have cycle for phosphorus. But all of them must interface with what? With soil. Then moving further, we said soil also helps for plant and animal to what? To live. Somebody said it serves as what? As a habitat, as a place where plants and animals can live comfortably and be productive. Then also we said that soil also gives structure. It gives structure to what? To plants to anchor their roots for growth. It also enables us to build our houses. That's why if you build your house where the substratum or the foundation is rocky, that house will stay long because of what? It is the bottom is strong. But if you build the soil, your house on a fragile or a strong a place where it is not strong enough, it will not give a building strong structure. So in other words, we are saying that soil helps to support a building. So it depends also on the soil type also. So if the place is so clay, you will know that your structure will not stand test of time. So those are the functions of soil we were able to discuss yesterday. Then we also look at the components of soil. We say soil have 4 components. That for soil to be complete, there must be holes in that soil where air can pass. Because we also say that some animals stay in soil. They grow the soil to stay there, so they need air for them to survive. Then there's also water in soil, because like plants need that water for them to grow. Then there are also mineral components of the soil. Okay, the silicon there is most of the major components of soil. Then we also have soil organic matter, where we explain it to be the remains of the decomposition of plants and animals, that is flora and fauna. So when plants die, they decompose. When animals die, they decompose or they decay to form what we call organic matter. So we are able to also to define what is soil quality. And we talk about soil quality, and we say for the soil to be said to be of good quality, that soil must be able to sustain plant and animal productivity, to maintain or to enhance the quality of what? Air and water that is in soil, for the overall growth of plants and animals. They will also say, how can you now assess this soil quality? How do you assess it? Okay, so you have to monitor the changes in water quality, so that the best practices are performed for sustainability. So we talked about soil quality depending on the stakeholders. And we also say that, for instance, someone that is going to use soil for building will not consider the soil fertility, because for a developer, his own is what? The soil that can make the soil that will enable his structure to stand firm and not to have cracks after the building. But for someone that's going to use the soil for agricultural practices or for farming, we look for what? The soil fertility, those nutrients in the soil that can sustain plants' growth and development. Then for us in environmental science, you are looking at soil that can enhance biodiversity, can enhance water quality, can enhance nutrients and biomass production. So for environmental science, that is the type of soil that we are concerned with. So we defined this based on the usage of soil. Then yesterday we talked about soil properties, although it was brief. So today we look at in detail those physical properties, the chemical properties, and biological properties. So we're starting today on a new slate. So I gave the material to go and read yesterday. So what are the physical properties you have read? Though we treated soil structure, soil texture. Do you do that yesterday at all? Hello? Can anybody remind us? Yes, Simon.
Yes, sir.
Did you treat soil texture yesterday?
Sir, as of that time, I was not hearing.
Okay. Okay, fine. By and large, let us just start on a clean slate. So today we are going into the soil properties, and these soil properties will start with soil physical properties. So please, we'll start with slide 8. If all of you are there, let us start. Slide 8. Are you all there?
Yes,
Slide
sir,
8 is captioned Highlight of Soil Physical Properties.
You are there, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So now, before we go into details, so see, I want all us to, I don't know, but I want you to understand this concept very well, so that you know, you have the grasp. Now, when we talk about soil texture, in a layman understanding, is how the soil feels your hand, correct? You use your hands and feel it. And if you touch some soil be so coaxed, so rough. If you touch some soil, it will be not too rough, not too smooth. There's some other soil, it will be very smooth, so fine. Yes, so even your hand, you can use your sense organs, the sense of touch, to feel the soil texture. So the sand is too coax. That sand is what? Sandy. Okay? The percentage of silicon is very high. Silicon oxide is very high. So that is sandy. Then if you touch the soil, that's not too smooth, not too hard. That means there's a mixture of sand and some organic matter. Then the sand is what? Loamy. Say loamy soil. They've touched a soil that is so fine, so smooth. The particle size is so small. Then that is what? Clay soil. So, you see that I want you to bring that picture to what we want to explain now. Soil texture. We have soil, different type of soil. Some soil are sandy, some loamy or slits, or clay. So all these soil types, they have different spaces in between. The space between one soil particle and another, the size varies. In sandy soil, the size or the space in between is so large. Like the sand, the sharp sand you get from the River Benue to build your houses. That's a classical example of what? A sandy soil. You can even throw the particles. You can even throw it one by one. Okay? The level of cohesion is very, very what? Low. The particles are not closer together. So air can pass through easily. Water, the same thing. Why? Because of what? The pores are very, very high. So water can flow in easily. If you carry what you call water porosity test on such soils, and you pour water before you say one, it drains down to the furnace. Then for silt or loamy soil, you have a mixture of sandy soil and organic matter that was defined it earlier as the remains of plants and animals when they decompose. So if that soil, you can't easily what? Separate the particles. Yes, you can even lump it, although it's not too fine, not too coax. It's in the middle. So if you pour water there, water will not drain so fast. It will drain, but not as fast as what? Sandy soil. Then the last one is what? Clay. For clay, the particles are so small, the level of cohesion between those soil particles is very high. Therefore, the soil space, the air space in between them is very, very little. So if you put water will not drain so fast. So they have high level of retaining water because the soil pores are very, very little. So that's basically what is what? Soil texture. So on the slide there, it is say that it depends on how fast water will flow within soil, how much water the soil can hold, and how fertile the soil will be. For example, soil with high percentage of clay will drain water slowly compared to soil with a high sand percentage, as I just explained earlier. Then the next soil property, physical property, is what? Bulk density. So bulk density is a measure of how closely the soil particles are packed together. I explained that earlier. So if soil particles are packed too closely together, that soil is a compacted soil. So compacted soils will inhibit plant rooting and water movement in the soil. So if you plant your crop where the soil is clay, then the plant cannot penetrate easily. Why? Because the soil particles are so compacted, they are strong. So that such plants, they result in what? In stunted growth. Reason be that the roots cannot penetrate deeper to get more nutrients for the plant to grow. So any question on that slide before we go to the next slide? Any question on slide 8? No question? That, if there's no question, it's taking that all of you understood that slide very well. So I'm now on slide 8.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, beautiful. Ask.
What's the difference between silt and loamy soil?
Yes. Silt and loamy, the difference. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes. The difference is not much. Okay? The difference is not much. The slits and loamy, if I say is an issue of semantics. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Almost the same thing. Now, soil structure will affect water movement, resistance to erosion, and nutrient cycling. Now, the soil structure, the soil called soil profile. If I dig in the soil, if I visited where they have dug a well recently, you will observe physically that as they are digging the soil, there are different layers of soil. The uppermost part will look darker because of the organic matter. Then if you go maybe from 0 to 5 centimeters deep, you find at that layer, the soil color is darker. That is, there's more carbon at that layer. Then from 15 meters to 30 meters, the soil color is different. Then as you go further, you may see that the soil may change color. You may see brown color, or some places as if you have white. So there will be different coloration as you go down the soil profile. So in recycling, these nutrients or water, this helps so much. Okay. The soil structure will affect how water is going to move. In resistance to erosion and soil nutrients recycling. So soil structure if you look at erosion, where the soil is rocky, those places will resist erosion than where it is what? It is sandy. Because as water flows, most of the particles will be displaced and the soil will become lighter and it will move away with it. Now, let me give us a little explanation to this. If you go around the town, the state government is constructing roads, and some persons are complaining that, oh, they are now experiencing flooding in their homes. The reason is this: they build their houses, taking into consideration the current state they met the land. Forgetting taking into consideration that land was not there, that some years back the land that was formed had been eroded by what? Erosion. The top layer has been removed. So if you want to build a house, please bring an expert. If they have money to hire an expert, please look at the topography of the area. There are areas there are places in the ecosystem or the environment that are resistant to what? To erosion. So they cannot be eroded easily like that. So if you want to be safe, let your foundation of your house build it up to that level before you take your building up. Otherwise, you suffer from flooding as time comes on, because once water comes, those places that have been eroded, water must fill it up before it will look for another place to move. Then the leftover water that cannot enter the soil when it travels on the soil surface, moving off to other areas, the process called runoff. And I just explained. So water movement across biosurfaces carries soil particles, causing tons of soil to move from one place to another. And we'll call this word soil erosion. So when soil erosion occurs, soil particles dissolve nutrients and organic matter particles are removed from agricultural fields, leading to loss in fertility and depletion of organic matter. Now, as the next slide 10. Slide 10. Slide 10 talks about soil nutrients. So look at soil chemical properties. There are 17 nutrient elements that most land plants need for production. We have them tabulated there: carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, zinc, manganese, boron, copper. All of them are there. Now, before I go further, let me give us a little education on this plant called soya beans or soybeans. The glycerin marks. Now, glycerin marks, most of us I want to make this. Let me ask this: how many of us love soybeans products, especially the condiments? What's they use it to when they want to prepare it for like gadawa or in soup making. Some of us don't like soybeans at all. Some of us like. So let us just do a vote now. How many of you like soybeans? If you like soybean, let me see your hand up. There's one I want you to also to learn here. Okay, one person is up. Guma is up. Inusa is up. Philip is up. Ali, Miriam is up. Sedon, Joy is on the Yuma. So those are the only people that like soybeans. Okay. Okay, Abu. Okay. It's okay. So please take down your hands. They will let us know who those that don't like. Please take down your hands. Tell you that your hands were up earlier. Thank you. Beautiful. Now, if you don't like soybeans product, let me see your hand up. Yes. Simeon hand is up. Yesin is up. Nenda is up. Some persons are the friends who they don't know where they belong. Yes, it's possible, but there's feel free. There's a point I want to drive at. I'm driving at, so I want to contribute positively. Good. Akban, Samuel, hand is up. Yes. Okay, beautiful. Now, take down your hands. So, okay, these people that say you don't like soybeans, can I now ask you this question? So this question is only for those that don't like soybeans. Now, among these people that put their hands up, how many of you consume pig milk? Pig milk, mixy, what do you call it? Cow bear. Okay, good. You like taking cow bear, mixy. Akpan, good. You like taking it. Then, still, those that don't like soybeans, how many of you like taking yogurt? Good. You like taking yogurt, especially Tito yogurt. That is beautiful. Yes. I love this class because you are honest. Now, I want you to understand why I'm saying that is this. We are looking at plant nutrients. So we will explain further. Then the little quiz I did this class, I'll not bring it up at that juncture. But I want you to know that we said that we have what? 17 nutrients that plants need for productivity. So these elements of concern for soil fertility are classified into 3 categories. First, we have the primary nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So if you look at this, what? NPK, your fertilizer, you put it in your plant and that plant will just change automatically in maybe a week or 2 at most. It becomes greenish. That means the plant now have its nutrients it needs for growth. Then those other second elements, they need them, but not as much as the first 3 we mentioned: calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. Now for that sulfur, what's interesting there is, you see, when you fight, you have a perceived an offensive odor. Yes, that's hydrogen sulfide. So that means if you take proteinous food, you can only get that in what? That sulfur is only gotten from proteinous food. That's why if you eat egg and you mess, that's the local name for mess, fat, or pollutes, for layman understanding. Then everybody say, this is smelling bad. It's a sulfur it has come out from the egg that you ate, or beans. The third category is what? The micronutrients. What we call the trace elements: zinc, manganese, boron. They are also needed, but not in large quantity. Just need a little, but they're still very vital. For instance, iodine is needed for the body system to function, the thyroid gland, the tyrosine, but not in large quantity. But when the body don't have it at all, you have what we call hyperblastic goiter. That's why people have swollen neck. So you can see that even though the body needs this little, when it's not there at all, you have that deformity. Please try to mute your mic so that all of us can hear. Thank you. Now, I gave us a little class quiz, not a quiz as such, but a demonstration to bring out the points. These elements we mentioned here, soybeans give us 18 amino acids. 18. Jonathan, please mute your mic. Adam. Is it Alam or Adam? Yes, Allah, Jonathan. Tesue. Please mute your mic. I don't want to mute everybody because okay, he has put his back. So let us continue. Now, we have what we call amino acids. Amino acids are the end product of digestion of proteins. So if you take any protein, be it meat, animal protein, or plant protein, maybe beans, for other digestion, what the body takes is amino acids and uses to repair wound tissues and build up new tissues in the body system. Then the excess is eliminated or converted to urea by the liver, and you pass it out as urine. Now, we have 20 amino acids that the body needs. 20 amino acids. 20 essential amino acids. Now, all that use 20 amino acids, soybeans has 18 amino acids. It only lacks 2, which are what? Methionine and lysine. So, on that note, those of you that say don't like soybeans, please go and write a little apology and apologize to soybeans. Because you don't like soybeans, but you are consuming mixy. You don't like soybeans, you are consuming pig milk. You don't like soybeans, you are taking yogurt. These products are all from soybeans. Now, if I tell you this, you'll be surprised. If they give you real cow milk that has been condensed, where it evaporated, is very expensive. That's why this naan that mothers use to feed their newborn babies is very expensive. Why? Because it is believed, because in science, what you have not verified, you can't just say it, but it's believed that what they sell to us is the real processed cow milk that's been imported from dairy farms in Europe. So if you look at a tin of naan, I think the last time I checked was about 9,000 to 10,000 naira. Then you get that same quantity of pig milk or mixy or cowbell selling between what, 3,000 to 4,000 naira. So you should ask yourself, all of them are milk. Why this one cheaper? Why this one higher? Are almost the same quantity, right? Because what you are taking is what? Soybeans that's sourced here locally. And the other milk is real cow milk that has been evaporated. Okay? So what we are saying is this, that these nutrients, the chemicals, the soil nutrients, they supply these nutrients to plants for growth. And then we eat plants to get what we call plant protein. We eat plants to also get carbohydrate. We eat plants for food. And so by the time we eat these plants, they supply us with these nutrients. And there's the good news here is this: soybeans will supply 18 essential amino acids that your body needs. 18. What are the ones you have mentioned here? So, sure, on that list here, there's no lysine there, methionine. So, for amino acids or protein that your body needs, which are 20 essential amino acids, the soybeans gives us 18 out of that. So also went further to categorize these nutrients. Then the next slide, slide 11. Please move to this slide, slide 11. Or please, if you have any question on that slide before we go to the next slide, sorry about that. I may be a bit fast, sorry. Do you have any question on slide 10? Any question on slide 10 before we proceed? Hello? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So the next slide is slide 11. pH. Now, there's what we call acidity or alkalinity or neutral. Now, please, thank you. The pH is a scale that we use to measure whether the substance is acidic or alkaline. Now, let me take you back to your elementary chemistry in secondary school. You know, what was called the hydrogen ion or the hydroxyl ion, and basically it's used to measure the strength of a substance based on that. So there's a scale that was developed. So numeric values were attached to it. It was calibrated. So if a value falls between it's a 17 point scale from 0 to 6.9, that substance is said to be acidic. So if it's from 0 to 1, 2, 3, then it says what? It's strongly acidic. Then from 4, 5, and 6 is slightly acidic. Then at 7, it's neutral. Then from 7 to 14, sorry, from anything above 7 to 14 is alkaline. Then if it's 7 adults, it's neutral. So water ought not to have any of these things inside. That's why they say water ought to be what? Neutral. For it to be termed to be what? To be pure. So the soil, some places, they have so much of these acidic properties. The soil sometimes have so much of what? Alkaline properties. So this exchange of these ions determines whether the soil is what? Acidic or alkaline. So all those chemicals we learned the previous slides, those elements, those nutrients, when they enter water, they will dissolve to form what is called ions. So you have calcium ion, magnesium ion, potassium ion. So all these ions, if they are in soil, they will now determine whether the soil will be acidic or what, alkaline, depending on their quantity in that soil. So salinity is the accumulation of excess salts within the soil routine depth of plants. So excess salt in the soil can lead to plant disorder and eventual death if not well managed. So sodium problems occur when the amount of exchangeable sodium in the soil is too high relative to what? Calcium and magnesium ions. So you see that there should be a balance. Now, if, like for instance, personally, I stay in welfare quarters for now. So those that are residents in welfare quarters, or you've been visiting welfare quarters, up to you at Chusa. If it's not all places in welfare quarters at Chusa that the borehole water is good. Most of the borehole waters they get here, there's so much salt in it. And those overhead tanks, you see that visibly you see salt, you see coloration, brownish or whitish, depending on the concentration. So to tell you what, there's so much salt or sodium content beneath the soil. So if you take such water and drink, let me give you a live example. My co-tenant, we packed into the estate, so we didn't know that the water was salty. And so he was, because basically I was not staying very often there. So he was staying very often, and then he was staying there permanently. Then he was using the water to cook, drink, and so he fell sick. When he went to the hospital, the doctor asked him when they tested his blood, they said, "Sir, have you been eating only salt as your food?" He said, "No, but there's too much salt in your blood system." In short, that affected him. He's a fair man, but he started to have pigmentation on his body, on his skin. Like albino. Albino, when it takes too much salt, you see them having those black patches. So they asked him, he said no. So that they don't ask him, he said no, that he takes water. But yes, that anytime he cooks food, eats the food, it's what they keep complaining the water, and the wife is putting too much salt in the food. Not know that the water that he used from the borehole that is too salty, and he's not stop using that water. So moving forward, I also came to the estate. I never knew that this is what happened to him. I bet my car. So I used the water to wash my car. I went out with it and rain fell. I couldn't drive because the whole glass was as if they put milk or egg on the glass. I couldn't see, so I had to park the car. So you can even look at the advanced effect of water if the salt is too much. So certain problems occur when the amount of essential ions in soil is too high, related to what? Calcium or magnesium ions. So if you plant your crop in a soil that has so much of these salt particles there, the plant will suffer from plant disorder. So any question on that slide before we move to the next slide? Any question on that slide? Okay, thank you. So the next slide is slide 12, where is assessing soil.
I have a question.
Okay, Neda, thank you.
It's a general question, not just to you, sir. Anybody.
Please, excuse me, sir. If it's a general question, can you just write it down so that at the end of the lesson, I'll give room for questions. You can ask. Please don't be annoyed. No, please. Because yes, so that people don't get mixed up. Because people understand things differently, so let's be on the same page. Thank you. Just jot the question down. I'll definitely give you room to ask the question. Thank you. So slide 12, assessing soil quality. Now we defined soil quality earlier. So now is the assessment. Now what about assessment? You are trying to find out something. Okay. So assessment is just like evaluation, trying to find out the performance of anything. So the quality of soil is an assessment of how it performs all of its function now and how these functions are being preserved for future use. So soil assessment focuses on the matching of the specific soil requirements of the land use with the properties of the soil. Most of the soil assessments have been made for agricultural land uses and cropping systems, but the principles could be applied for other applications. So the purpose is to protect and improve long-term productivity, water quality, and habitats of all organisms, including people that are sent there. So it cannot be determined by measuring only crop yields, water quality, or other single outcome. So when you're trying to talk about assessment of soil, you are going to take specific soil requirements for land use. So let us go back to that other slide that talk about water quality for stakeholders. Now, as I said earlier, maybe I'm planning to go into what estate development in terms of property ownership. So if I'm going to build my house, I would like to prefer a land that is high land or above sea level, and I'll avoid low land areas so that I'll not be prone to flooding. Okay, that's one factor. So that depends on land used we're talking about here. Then someone that want to maybe cultivate rice will not be looking for high land. He or she will look for what? Low land, where he or she will cost down the cost of what? And water, because rice needs a lot of water for it to do well. So if you're on the same page, you should understand that when you are going to assess water, you have to match it with what? The specific soil requirement of that land you use. Please mute your mics. Somebody is talking there. Thank you. The person is also coughing now. No? Please. Okay. Jonathan, this person, Jonathan, you're giving us headache in this lecture, please. The person of you, Jonathan, you unmute, cough, and went back again. It's not right. Thank you very much. Pay attention. Well, assume that this is a classroom, so try to be in a serene environment. Like me right now, where I'm staying, only me I'm here. Nobody's with me because I want to give a quality lecture. I left my family. I came to where it's serene. So you can't be in the market square discussing business and still be the lecture. Because once you join it, you interfere with the lecture, please. So the next slide 13, continuation of what? Assessing soil quality. So we say soil quality cannot be measured directly. So we need what is called soil indicators. Moving further, we'll discuss about that. Now, indicators are measuring properties of soil or plants that provide a clue about how well that soil can function. It gives us an insight. Okay. Okay. If you go to an airport, then you see the radar. You see the tower there. Sorry, the control tower. You see with one light on the top blinking, blinking, blinking. It's an indicator to show the pilot that yes, this is where the control tower is. Or you look at a mast. At the end of that mast up, you put a red bulb, and it's always on, so that anybody any craft that's coming up should know that yes, there's a danger here, should avoid it. So it's an indicator. It shows that light. So it's blinking to tell you, to give an information. If you go to a traffic light driving and reach a traffic point, that arrow will be showing you that okay, it's red, stop, don't move. It's blue, sorry, it's yellow, get ready, you're about to what? Move. When it's green, you have been given a go ahead what? Move. So that is an indicator that gives you what? Direction. So the same thing to soil. Indicators can be assessed by qualitative or quantitative techniques. After measurement, please, Jonathan, allow Jonathan. I've muted him now. He's not a serious person. And I don't want to be hard on you because maybe these are some of the people that when they come, they will depend on cheating during exam. You are in an exam hall and you are busy discussing business. Sometimes I have no closure on what we are discussing here. Please, we are all adults. Yes, this program is free, but at least we are after quality. And that's why this center is center of excellence. Please, we are after quality. Want our product to be top notch, want our product to be world-class products. So please and please, when you have 10 lectures, try your best to stay away from any other thing. Just assume that you're in the classroom now. But if you say all of you come to the center, it will cost your finances. So that we're doing this lecture online. So try your best and give your time. Try for this lecture. You can go back and do your business here after. Thank you for cooperating. So after measurements are collected, they can be evaluated by looking for patterns and comparing results to measurement taken at different time of field. So that's how to do the assessment. You take this measurement in dry season and compare the value you took in rainy season and make a conclusion. So you can use qualitative measurements indicators or techniques. That one you don't need physical instruments, or you use physical instruments. You go to the field and take soil samples. Go to lab, analyze. Go to the field and take in situ measurements. Now, any question on that before we go to the next slide? Any question on that before we go on the next slide?
No questions, sir.
So thank you. Thank you. Please just a minute. I have emergency call that I'll have to attend to right now. Just 1 minute, I'll be back. Please. Sorry about that break, but that it is necessary. Something happened and I need to respond to it immediately. Sorry about that. So as I told you, I left my house and came and sat where it is very serene, so that I'll have no debate. When this call came, I just have to attend to it. Thank you. Now, the next slide is slide 14. Soil heads. Yes, we discussed about this yesterday, but let us just be more a little bit detailed. Now, soil head is defined as the continual capacity of the soil to function as a vital living ecosystem that sustains plants, animals, and humans. So the soil should be in a state that it can continually give support to we humans and plants as well, and animals. That's sustainability, all right? That's why it's good for you to maintain life. Look at it, in those days, our forefathers practiced what they call shifting cultivation or bush following. Once they cultivate the yam or cassava on this piece of land, they will not go DMing for the next 5 or 2 years to follow. so that the land will regain her strength. It's just like a woman that put to bed. She will need to like build the system up before she conceive again. That's just how it is to also soil. All right. So the land, for the soil to be healthy, it must be capable to continually support the living things there. So healthy soil gives clean air for us to breathe and water. Remember yesterday we looked at how soil helps to purify water. Okay, enable the plants to give us a bountiful harvest. Then the grasslands will be productive for our animals to graze on. Then diverse wildlife, enrich biodiversity, and a beautiful landscape. So soil does all this by performing essential 5 functions. So just as we discussed yesterday, regulating water, soil regulates the rain, sustaining plant life, then filtering pollutants, the cycling nutrients, and physical stability. We discussed that in detail. So there's no need to go back to that again. So can we just fast forward to slide 16? Let's move to slide 16. So slide 16 there is a diagram just summarizing the principle of soil head. All right, it's maximize biodiversity, it maximize soil cover, it maximize disturbance, and also maximize what? Plants roots. So those are the principles of soil health as represented in that diagram. Now, slide 17. Slide 17 talks about managing soil health. Now, before we talk about managing soil health, just like we humans, most of us don't go to do checkup unless we are sick. When you are going, that's when we remember that there's a hospital. But there is saying that says prevention is better than cure. So if you can on your own, maybe at the point of duty, choose that periodically, maybe the first quarter of the year, go for a checkup, check your system, do blood stool analysis to know the number of pathogens in your system. It will help you. I'm sorry to say is most of us are living a mini zoo. What that means is if you open your system, we have different organisms living in our body system because we don't go to the hospital to work for checkup. We don't manage our system very well. So soil health means implementing practices that either maintain or enhance the soil physical, chemical, and biological attributes to improve soil function. So if you are going to implement those practices that will enhance the soil functions, then that is managing soil health. So the function must be physical, chemical, or biological aspect. So they are not mutually exclusive. What that means is this: you can't treat another one if the other one. Okay. Okay. Now the operate synergistically. What I mean about synergy there means togetherness. Okay, and interact in a complex way to deliver specific soil services. and to enhance ecosystem functions and nutrient availability. So a way to visualize sustainability productivity in relation to soil health is to think of a wheel where the hub of soil health relies on what? The spokes of the soil physical, chemical, and biological functions, operating in synergy to drive sustainable productivity. So like look at the wheel of a machine, sorry, a motorcycle or a bicycle. So that wheel has what? Spokes. Now those spokes, those ions, those multiple ions are the one that attach the hub where it gives support to what? The wheel. Without it, the wheel cannot move. So bring that same understanding here. So for the soil health, for the soil to be healthy, okay, all those physical, chemical, and biological attributes must all be in synergy, must all come together, must all contribute for the overall functioning of the soil, for the soil to be said to be healthy. So if the soil physical chemical, the soil chemical properties are not altered, we can't say the soil is healthy unless all of them are functioning together. Any question before I proceed? Okay, good. Then we have what is called soil health assessment. Now, soil health assessment of how well soil performs its functions now, and those functions that are preserved for future use. So we are always talking about what? Sustainability. So this department, this facility is environmental sustainability, and we are talking about soil health. And in essence, what we're discussing here is what? Soil health or soil sustainability. So in soil health assessment, that's what it's all about. It's also soil sustainability. How well the soil is going to perform its function now, and how those functions can be preserved so as they can also function tomorrow or future use. So soil health cannot be determined by only plant yield alone, as discussed earlier. Okay. So we have indicators that we also measure to tell us how well the soil is. And these indicators are physical indicators, chemical indicators, and biological indicators. So all of these three must be taken into consideration for us to consider the soil to be what? Healthy. So next slide is slide 19, where we have the soil properties indicators. So these indicators are physical, chemical, and biological. So what are those physical indicators? One, soil structure. We explain that. Two, depth of the soil. Where I explain the soil profile. That at the uppermost layer, the topmost layer, you have basically the loamy soil or organic matter, where you have the soil to be thick, black. That is so much carbon content is there. Then if you go down the profile, you will now meet another layer completely. Then eventually the last one there will be what? Rocks. Okay. Then the depth, infiltration and bulk density. How compacted are these soil particles together? We explain that together. We'll look at soil, look at sandy, seed, loamy, and clay soil. Then infiltration. Is the water able to penetrate this pores or air? Okay. Then another property is water holding capacity. I will explain that. We are talking about what we call water porosity. The ability of water to pass through this water soil types easily. So is soil able to withhold or hold or maintain this water? All right. So these are the physical properties of soil where it's used to measure, to tell us how healthy that soil is. The quality of soil is measured based on these parameters. Okay, yes. Then the chemical properties, which you explained earlier. The pH, is the soil acidic? Is it alkaline? If it's too acidic, like it's too much, is it too acidic? Is there too much salt in it? That makes the plant not to do well. Okay, then there's what I call electrical conductivity. Yes, maybe some of you go further with this research, this study, and come for your masters, or even at PGD you are doing now. You may choose to measure soil at your project. Then definitely you have to do what's called EC. Even water, you also have to do EC. All right, what we call electrical conductivity is testing water and what and soil too. Yes. Then the primary nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, okay, which are very, very essential for the growth of plants. Without them, you physically see the plant showing colorations. Some plant leaves turn yellowish, okay, their growth becomes stunted, okay. So you see physically how the plant starts to exhibit some level of malfunctioning in growth. Then biological, all right. Here basically we're talking about microbial biomass, carbon and nitrogen. Then in the soil we have living organisms there. Okay, yes. So basically these microorganisms, some of them are capable of fixing or enriching the soil nutrients. Yes. Sorry for that break. Now, in the soil, there are microorganisms. We have some certain bacteria that are capable of fixing nitrogen in soil. There are some nematodes too that are capable of doing that. So they also help to increase the fertility of the soil. So they are also important. There are also there are certain macro animals, organisms like earthworm. They also help to degrade large plant size because they feed on the debris of plants and animals. So plants basically. So by the time they degrade those leaves, they also help to enrich the soil. So they're also important. So that's the biological aspect of it. They help to increase the soil fertility. Then the next slide 20, soil physical properties continues there. So what's the relationship of these physical properties to soil health? What's the relationship of these physical properties to soil health? One, retention and transport of water and nutrients. Two. Have,
What?
please, that person that is,
Okay.
please put your mics.
About to start.
Please, the noise is becoming too much. Put your mics. All right. It's affecting this lecture. So look, the last slide here is the relationship of these properties to soil health. So one, retention and transfer of water and nutrient. That's for physical properties now. So it's these soil properties, the physical properties we look about soil, will help to move what? Water and nutrients to plants. Then soil also help to provide habitat for organisms to stay. That is a home for organisms to stay. Then it also enables plants to produce. They enhance productivity of plants. Okay. Then also say that it enables plants or water to also move. Then it also gives thought about water porosity and workability. Those are the function of plants. That's the physical properties. The chemical, the biological and chemical properties, the chemical properties help they help to enhance activity. Then the plants and microbial activity are also enhanced. Then they also help to make nutrients available to plants, especially during nitrogen and phosphorus loss. That's what the soil properties, the chemical properties of soil helps to improve or enhance soil health. Then lastly, not lastly, but for biological properties, they serve as catalysts that help to fix carbon and nitrogen. Then they also help for soil productivity and to supply nitrogen too. Then they also enhance microbial activity. Then what about the soil organic matter? That will say that it remains of plants and animals. So soil organic matter helps to enhance soil fertility. They help to enhance soil structure. They help to stabilize soil. They help to retain soil nutrients. And they also help to prevent soil erosion. So on that note, I want to pause here for this morning section to continue the afternoon section. So questions, because I want us to finish soil today so that by tomorrow we pick water. I don't want to mix the two together so that everybody just float on the same page. So for this morning section, this is where I wanted to stop. Yeah, so any question before we close for this morning session? Any question? Okay, so you also have any question? But okay, good. So, Nenda, I wanted to ask a question. Nenda, where are you? Has he gone for break? Nenda.
I'm still here, sir.
Thank you. Your question now, sir.
Yes, during our discussion, you gave an example regarding the issue of excess salt in water. Like
Yes.
you said, you stay in welfare quarters and where you live,
Yes.
how your life was affected. So
Yes.
why I want to ask now, you said he fell sick and went to the hospital for a
The
checkup, and they
hospital.
told him
Yes.
he had excess salt. Now, if you have
Yes.
excess salt in your body, what is it called? If you have excess salt in your body, how do you get rid of this excess salt, sir? That is why I said it's a question for the whole class, because I know you're not
Okay.
a medical professional.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. You see, is nobody is an epitome of knowledge. So yes, I'm a doctor, but I can't say yeah, I'm a doctor. I know everything, even environment. I don't know everything. So what I don't know, I say I don't know. So the amount of excess on the body, I don't know what it's called, but I don't know how you can manage. You can be managed by you stopping the intake of excess salt. Now, let me tell you what is really also interests you. You see, if you take in any of these nutrients that are excess in the body, once they're excess in the body, they find a route out of the body system, like water. If you take too much water, the body will try to eliminate that water. So you see yourself,
Yes.
if you do water therapy, that's what of us do, practice.
Yes.
You see yourself urinating fast. That's the way the body remove excess water. All right. If you take too much carbohydrates, the liver converts into glycogen and store in the form of adipose tissue. They call it fats. All right. Then if you take excess amino acids, the body don't store amino acids because the word they apply is acids. They are harmful to the system if they are excess. So the body converts urea and you are converted by the liver, then you move it through the kidney and urinate it out.
Urinate out.
For reptiles, it's in form of uric acid. It's precipitated. Then for salts, pay attention, all of us. The body salt has a funny way of behaving. Salt loves its brother so much. In short, if all of us human practice the law of salt, we don't have any problem on this earth. Because if you have in your cell, if the cell is saturated with salt, let's say your cell can only take 10 particles of salt, then other particles of salt enters and there are 10. Those 10 must go and meet the other 10 that are there before. They must enter and go and meet their brother. We call that in chemistry biologic active transport. They will go against the gradient. So that's why if you have salt and you eat salt, salt will still go and stay in the body. It will not find a way out. It must go and stay in the body and just be there and meet its own brother there in the body. So the only way you can do is to what? To stop taking inward more salt. Then by exercising. When you do exercise, you are drinking more water, then it will be coming out through your sweat and your urine. Are you with me? So you'll be sweating it out, or passing it out to your urine. Then eventually it will come down with a level which you manage. That explains why when you are not you, I don't want you to say because you take it personal. When someone is hypertensive and goes to the hospital, they say don't eat salt. Reason being that if you eat salt, it will go in the bloodstream and increase what we call osmotic pressure within the blood, and you now have what we call high BP, and you may die. Okay, so for the term, I don't know the term, but this is how you can manage it. Please don't take in much salt. Exercise, do more exercise, take in more water, and with that it will be diluted and be coming through your what your sweat and your urine.
Yes,
is that well understood?
Yes, with your explanation now, I've gotten to understand that even high blood pressure, excess salt can cause it. Another,
Yes.
you also mentioned
Yes.
one other high blood pressure, salt, excess salt can also cause that.
Yes. You can. Yeah,
Thank you
if you
very
have
much.
a friend as a medical doctor, you can't, make verification. Yes.
Yes, sir. And
Yes.
with the discussion today, I was able to actually get something I can work on as a project.
What?
Thank you. I said no with the discussion today. At least I got an idea of something I can also work on with the project. If not now,
Yes. Yes.
maybe.
No. Yes, and that's the beauty of education, right? That's the beauty of education, right? You don't say yes because like me, I'm an environmentalist, but I know little, not much, but more medicals too. I know little, so you just have to diversify, read wide, and before you know it, you're able to solve one or two problems, right? Yes. So even though I'm not a medical personnel, I will not, by God's grace, diabetes cannot affect me, even if I can manage it, because I have to apply the knowledge I learned onto my bodies. So thank you very much for this morning section. We look forward to seeing you in the afternoon session. So please do have a lovely day.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Come, Timothy.
Thank
you, sir.
Class trip anywhere out.
I think the class is over now.
Wani ya tashe ka ne